it's the Mad Queen. Thanks for joining. Today I have 5 tips that are honestly game-changing in my opinion. And these are all things that I wish I would have known whenever I started the game. But I am very stubborn and I don't like for people to tell me what's going on with games. I really like to waste my time and my resources and my energy and make loads of mistakes and figure it out on my own. And that's why I'm able to give so many tips, because I've made so many mistakes. These are small but honestly game-changing tips that I have for you guys. I'm not going to say that these are going to turn you from a beginner to an absolute pro. It's not like that. But all of these tips that I have for you are geared towards helping you progress in a faster and more efficient way. The first thing I want to share with you guys is going to be in the heroes section. It's going to have to do with talents, and more specifically on your DPS unit heroes. So your heroes that are meant to do damage. Talent. You want to make sure that you max out all of their talents. You don't need to jump into it right away by going and doing everything one at a time. You want to go through and do their main abilities and get everything and max everything out that's going to help them deal more damage. And then after that, go back and upgrade all of their health and defense talents. This is going to help the survivability of your team tremendously. I cannot tell you how much of a huge help it is to actually level these up, because obviously with your damage dealing units, you don't want to focus building survivability stats within your heroes that you want to do a lot of damage. So this is a really, really great way to counteract that so that you don't have to build any of it into your gear. Not saying you should anyways, but it's just a really, really great way to help keep them alive even longer. And this tip is not going to go for your support heroes. So like my Serena, I'm not going to go through and max out all of her attack talents that are going to make her deal more attack damage. I'm not going to do that. Not unless I'm super late into the game and I just have a ton of extra soul potions sitting around. Tip number 2 is going to be over these things right here. Not specifically the shards, but gene hybrids. Gene hybrids are amazing. I'm so happy to have something like that in the game. If you don't know what a gene hybrid is, let me go to, you use it in the evolve section, and it can be used as a copy of any hero in the game. This is more of a simple tip, but you better believe, as much as I hate to admit it, I did make this mistake in the beginning. You only want to use those on SSS units. Don't use them on any other units in the game. Save them only for the SSS units. And make sure that if you are using a bunch of gene hybrids, because you can farm them essentially through events and get them through different events as well, make sure that you are prioritizing one hero at a time, okay? Because it doesn't matter if the hero is SSS or not. Even if it's one of the best SSS heroes in the game, if you don't have multiple copies of them to level them up, they are going to be garbage. And you don't want to have a bunch of partially leveled SSS heroes, because that's not going to help you in the long run, and it's going to make you take much more time to actually progress. Whereas if you just focused on one at a time, then you can use that hero to help you keep progressing, to keep farming better stages of events and other things like that, where you can actually get more gene hybrids. So that was kind of a duo tip. And I guess I'll go into it more because that was part of another tip that I had. Tip number 2.5/3, continuation of 2, is focus on 5 heroes at a time. Only 5, okay? You will have to level a 6th hero just because that's how the game works, but you only have to start leveling them to a certain point in order for you to level up your 5 main. So whenever you're choosing these heroes, make sure that these are 5 heroes that can be used in like 95% of the game, and they can be used together. And also, I keep saying but also that you can use those heroes well into the late game. 5 at a time. I know it is so hard, but I promise it'll totally be worth it. That's another thing that I did not do, and it hurt me. So don't be like me. My next tip, number 4, is going to be over diamonds. So in the shop, under the goods shop and some other places, you'll see that you can actually buy some legendary, which is top tier gear, in the store with diamonds. Don't do this. You can also get deals from the wasteland as well sometimes. And sometimes you'll also see in Fatty's treasure that you'll get options there as well. Do not ever buy gear anywhere in the game with diamonds. The reason is because it's usually very expensive and you don't know what you're gonna get stats wise. So you could essentially just be dumping 2,000, 3,000 diamonds in the trash to save those diamonds and use them on things that are way more resourceful than to buy gear. That is the worst thing that you can do in the game with your diamonds. So do not buy gear with diamonds. You can buy gear in the guild section with guild credits, but that's it. Don't buy them anywhere else. My last piece of advice is going to be over recruitment and recruitment cards. You want to make sure that you are saving all of your recruitments. I know this is so hard. It's, at least for me, after I get past 100, I really start wanting to pull. But you want to make sure that you're waiting until there are events, because you're going to get rewarded for pulling shards, which is incredible, okay? And honestly, to get 100 shards, it doesn't take that long. Less than a week if you do everything that you need to be doing. And then when you get later into the game, if you're a late game player, then wait, save your shards and don't pull until a hero comes out that you need or that you want, or you know, if you need a copy of them to level them up, or if they're new, you don't have them, you want to wait. The heroes will always come back into the limited summons to where there's a boosted chance to get them. Also, if you don't know this, whenever there is boosted summons for a hero, it will tell you that how much the chance is boosted is not a lot, but I have never gotten a triple S hero that was not the designated hero in the event, ever. Whenever you pull for a hero inside of that recruitment event, it's a very slim chance you're gonna get anybody but them. And typically, I've only ever had this happen one time where I didn't have this happen, I guess I should say. There's only been one time that this hasn't happened. After 60 recruits, you automatically get the triple S hero. No matter what, you get it. There's only been one time that I haven't pulled at least one copy of that triple S hero before I got to the 60. And if you don't know this, if you pull that triple S hero, before you get to the 60 mark, you still get a guaranteed copy of that hero when you reach 60. Typically, I at least get 2 of that copy of hero by the time I'm at 60. So I get 1 and then I get the one at 60. So I want you to keep that in mind. That's really important piece of small advice for you. And if you're going to open up shards, I know it's so hard to wait. You may as well get rewarded for opening them. I hope that you found this helpful and informative. If you have any questions, or I left something out, or I was unclear about something, leave a comment below and I would be more than happy to clarify or even answer any additional questions that you might have. You're also welcome to join my growing Discord community. It's a great place for beginners to ask for advice and for experienced players to give advice. The link for that is going to be in the description of the video. This video was brought to you in collaboration with Eternal Evolution. Download the game for free now in the iOS or Google Play Store. You can also use my personal game download code in the video description to show some support. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.